not.
We got 4 out of 20 blazing.
Before I actually hopped on stream, Nathan pointed out something to me that I don't know how I fucking missed, and that is the One Piece cookbook.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right. So, Chef, I don't know how closely you've been following One Piece spoilers and yeah. Okay, so I guess
what are you referring to, Tom? Because I am somewhat caught up.
Okay, so I guess this is gonna be the warning for the warning for people, and this like I haven't read the latest chapter, but I've been kind of keeping up with stuff that's been going on. I'm talking about them going full flesher comic.
Yes.
Holy shit! I'm so glad that Luffy's final evolution isn't like a final Super Saiyan super muscle power, but instead fucking Joy Boy is the coolest fucking thing they've done.
Okay. I'm so happy they went in that direction, and the best part was Oda has been teasing it for years.
Yeah.
The way Oda set this up was fucking perfect. Oh my god. So, obviously spoiler warning for anyone who cares about that kind of thing, but I'll give you a 3-second countdown if you want to turn away now. 3, 2, 1. The way Oda set this up was incredible, because for literal decades we have been told, by Shanks especially, and he still has some questions to answer, by the way.
Yeah, he does.
For years, for decades, we have been told that Luffy's devil fruit was the Gomu Gomu no Mi, the rubber fruit. You eat it, it turns into rubber. That's why Luffy could do what he do. And then fast forward 1,000+ chapters later, and then Shanks just casually drops the information on us that no, Luffy's devil fruit was never the Gomu Gomu no Mi. It was the Hito Hito no Mi, Model Nika. Literally, Luffy has the powers of the sun god Nika, aka the god of creation. His devil fruit power literally lets him do whatever the fuck he sets his mind to. And
instead
it
of
just got awakened.
And instead of that being instead of having that be Super Saiyan for no jutsu, they turned him even more into Popeye. I'm thinking of the fucking AMV Hell thing when they introduced Gears 3 of and I'm like, oh yeah. No, he's even more Popeye now. This fucking rules.
Yes, no, and the way it's explained is also fucking perfect, because there are people, there are One Piece fans, aka dumb One Piece fans, who really don't like Gear 5. And I'm just like, you guys are idiots. This fits Luffy perfectly. Of course he's gonna be laughing and enjoying himself. That's what Luffy's been doing the entire journey.
Warlock. One Piece out of all the big 3, which I laugh because the big 3 have all changed. I remember when the big 3 were Naruto, Bleach, One Piece. Now I think it's it used to be Dragon Ball was part of the big 3.
Yeah.
Of all the big 3, One Piece is definitely the most worthy of your time.
Oh, absolutely.
Gear 5 is
say, yes,
pure Luffy.
It is the embodiment of what makes Luffy Luffy, and that's why I love it to death.
I think people were just...
There is one moment in one of the latest chapters where he willingly gets eaten by Kaido's beast form. And then while he's being swallowed, inflates himself like a balloon and punches his way through Kaido's face in order to get out and free himself. And mind you, he's laughing like a maniac the entire time. Eyes bugging out level of laughter. And I'm just like, I am enjoying every moment of this. I'm like, this is Luffy. This is Luffy. summarized. How do people not like this?
One of my... So, like, my first moment with Luffy that made me want to read One Piece wasn't, I know for a lot of people it's like Gear 2 or Gear 3, but my first Luffy moment was Afro Luffy, in the boxing ring.
Oh god, that arc.
That arc is still my favorite. That is still my favorite Luffy moment. Well, not my favorite Luffy moment, because that's definitely gonna be punching the Celestial Dragon is like my favorite Luffy moment of all time. But like, Joy Boy reminds me more of that kind of Luffy, and God, it's so good.
Joy Boy, oh man, all the setup they were doing with Joy Boy, it made sense, because like a lot of people, a lot of detractors for One Piece will say Oda has no idea what he's doing, he's just pulling it out of his ass. He's not. He's just very, very good about setting up and foreshadowing things.
Well, that, and no creator knows 100% what they're gonna do when they're starting it off. There's definitely a little bit of fine-tuning, but he's been remarkably consistent.
Oh yeah. I think Oda himself at one point said, "Oh, here we go. Oh, Tom, good luck."
All right, welcome to the hardest moment in this entire game. So this is called. They call it a couple things. This is the hardest trinket in the game, the hardest room in the game, completely optional.
No.
It's doing things the hard way, aka Veni Vidi Vici. It's 6 rooms that I have to do. In one go, I have to navigate these 6 spike-filled rooms, and then do it in reverse.
Yeah. You have to fall up to the end, and then fall all the way back down, and land on the other side of that block in order to get the trinket.
I have done it where I have navigated it and landed on the side of the block I started on, and it is motherfucking heartbreaking.
Oh my god, dude, I've done that too. I've done that too. I've gone through all 6 rooms, come back down on the same side of the fucking block, and like at that moment I was just like, I'm done. And I literally I shut off the game and I just stopped playing for the night.
Oh, and if you take the right path there, it's just death.
Yeah, no, the right path there is false hope, which I have fallen for in the past. It sucks. It's heartbreaking.
Oh yeah, so and I say this as I try and convince people to read series all the time. Time management is a motherfucker, and the hardest thing about One Piece is actually the same problem that I find about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and that it is hard to recommend to people without basically giving I assure you, your time invested will be worth it.
Which, because, as
JoJo's is actually easier in that regard, though, just because of the arc nature of it, and the fact that the protagonist changes and the feel of the manga changes significantly over time. There is a bit of like a reset every 150 chapters or so that at least keeps things interesting, and hell, I'd read 800 chapters of Phantom Blood, but it's nice to be able to change things up every so often and get new rules, get new powers, get new protagonists, get new values, get new even types of manga. One Piece is One Piece from chapter 1 to chapter 1000.
Yeah, the crew hasn't changed much at all since then. Although,
and half the people say that that's an extreme benefit, half the people will say that that's a detriment, and those half are wrong.
Yeah, no, exactly, they're very wrong. Speaking of which, can I just say, we all saw it coming 10 miles away, but when Jinbei finally joined, I exploded with joy. I fucking love Jinbei.
Me and Chef have been talking about when is Jinbei officially gonna join the Straw Hats since fucking 2009.
It's like 800 chapters ago, exactly.
It is wild to think. It's wild to think that Ace has been alive less.
Oh.
I think Ace has been dead in... I know, I'm sad too, but I literally think he's, like, his death was, like, less on the first half of the current manga than, like,
it was,
the second half.
Yeah. Because, like, yeah, like Tom was saying, for the longest time, like, Jinbei's got to join soon, right? Jinbei's got to join soon, right? And then when he finally did, man, I popped the fuck off. Holy shit.
And it's crazy when it's something that you know is gonna happen. And
yeah.
Fucking 7 years later, you can be as hyped for.
Yep. That's called good setup. And Nathan I think just highlighted one of the biggest contentions people have with starting One Piece and like keeping up with One Piece. It's a slow burn, but like it's a really slow burn.
It's a slow burn, but yet at the same time, Arlong Park is like one of the best arcs of the entire franchise.
The Arlong Park arc was a good arc because it was such a slow burn, honestly.
Yeah. But even that's like, I want to say something like 50, 60 chapters in.
Something like that, yeah.
So if you want the litmus test to should I read One Piece, read to Arlong Park.
Yeah.
If you can read Arlong Park and you're not like, I'm down for this, you're not. Save your time. You're not gonna like it all that much. There we go.
Oh baby, holy shit. Oh, dude. Man,
I'm gonna have to go back and
in the back of my
go
head,
back and count that later.
Yeah, seriously. In the back of my head, I was just like, "Oh, we're gonna be here for an hour, aren't we?" Because that's what happens to me.
I was prepared for it.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you like our content, please like, subscribe, and hit that bell button. Also follow us on our socials and on Twitch. Thanks.